What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing a day in the life with me because I am going car shopping finally. So I'm gonna give y'all some car history on me. Now, right now, I am driving a Kia Soul, which I absolutely love. I bought it 3 years ago, and I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown of why I bought that car. But nobody could believe that I bought the car in the first place, and still some people are shocked that I'm still driving the car almost 3 years later, but we'll get into that later. So today we are going to test drive a car that I saw online, and possibly test drive some other cars that I've had my eye on recently. All right, y'all. So I got my first Mercedes at about 19, and it's not what you think. My dad set me up. He took me to an auction because he had a small car dealer and he had a dealer's license. So he took me to this auction and kind of forced me to get a 190 E-Class. It probably was from year 1986. It was banana yellow. It was clean, but it wasn't what I wanted. And when I tell y'all I cried the entire ride home, I cried. I held on to that key because I said one day I'm going to get a new Mercedes, okay? And my dream Mercedes was the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. And as soon as we opened these doors, y'all, guess what was there to greet me? Yep, my dream car, the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. The same color, the same interior, everything. And I've had people tell me like they didn't like how these rode or how they handled, or they just didn't see like the obsession with them. And my answer to those people is this: I don't care how y'all feel. This is my dream car, and I will have her one day. So of course y'all know I had to get inside this car because the doors was unlocked. And I just was feeling all excited. I'm like, I take this as a sign from God that one day we will be a team. Okay, y'all remember I said it on this video. Now, my other dream car was a Land Rover Range Rover, and we'll get into more about those later. But right now, let's just bask in the beauty of the G. Now, my other car that I love a whole lot is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. So yeah, if you don't see me in the G, you might see me in the S. All right, so remember I said I had a 190 E-Class. I wound up keeping the key and using it as motivation for me to one day get a newer model Mercedes. But before I was able to afford a Mercedes, I wound up getting a base model Land Rover Discovery. It was cute. I was doing well in my career and I could afford it. I paid it off, and then one day I saw this pretty blue Mercedes on a car lot. I pulled over. My credit was A1. They was like, clean your car out. I kept that Mercedes until she almost had about 200,000 miles on it. I used to burn the highway down from Atlanta to New Jersey monthly with that car for like a good 6 months straight. She did me right, okay? But I wound up getting married and getting pregnant, and so I upgraded to an E-Class Mercedes, which I absolutely loved. I got pregnant again, so then I went and got a GL Mercedes, which wasn't, it wasn't comparable to the other Mercedes I had, and it kind of broke my heart because I felt like I was a Mercedes girl. And I also felt like that GL was like me taking a step closer to my G. But we'll get back to that later. Now, this particular car I saw online and had low mileage. And prior to me coming here to see this car, I did quite a bit of research because I wanted something reliable. I wanted something luxury, stylish, and reliable. And clearly it wanted me. They set me up. They put my name on the damn car. So it was kind of meant to be. But in me doing research, I found out that the Cayenne was one of the most reliable luxury vehicles, and that they could ride for like years, right? So I knew that I may pay this vehicle off and just keep her for a little bit, because that's how I do. Like, I like to be car note free from time to time. I let my husband test drive first because he is a Porsche enthusiast. And also because I test drove a Cayenne near where I live at. I didn't like that particular model. It just wasn't as pretty as this one. And it also had a lot of miles on it. So I continued my search and we ended up here at Mercedes-Benz of Little Silver in New Jersey. Let me get you on camera, sorry.
You can get me on camera.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a ham.
All right. Riding with John, Mercedes-Benz.
What's up, y'all?
In the Porsche. Test driving. All right, y'all. So we test drove. This guy didn't record me test driving. But you're supposed to be on point, man. You're supposed to automatically just know that. You're supposed to automatically know. I did drive some other vehicles about a week or so ago, and I didn't document that, but this car it's pre-owned. You know, it's a great warranty on the car. It's from a good dealership, you know, a good solid Mercedes-Benz dealership with a great warranty, well kept. Yeah, so I think I found the car. Well, I found my car, you know. Hopefully all the numbers are doable, which they are. We ain't saying hopefully. We ain't using hope in our vocabulary no more. It either is or it ain't, and it is. And so now we're gonna go get some lunch and figure out who's going to pick our kids up from the school bus, because I decided to press the button and go ahead and get the car. So right now they're detailing it and doing something called a clear coat, a ceramic coat on the car, because it is a white car and I do drive a little rough and fast, and it's like every last one of my cars I've had like cracks, or I've cracked the windshield riding behind trucks and stuff. So I'm going to be a little more cautious with this car, but I'm glad that I will have that extra benefit of that ceramic coat on the car. And then I also got an additional warranty to cover the tires and what else did they say, the seats, the seats, the rims, you know, so it'll come in handy. You know, I got kids and I can be a little careless at times with cars, so this is all just preparing me for that G-Wagon life. Getting back into a car note. It's been a minute, but definitely long overdue. So we're about to go get a bite to eat and see you in a second. Okay, so I cop a GL. It's cute at first, but then there are a lot of recalls. It was a gas guzzler, especially for me because I live in Pennsylvania and work in New Jersey. Also, around that same time, COVID happened. I was forced to close my salon for 3 months. And upon reopening, some of my stylists did not return. And on top of that, a lot of the clients did not feel comfortable coming into the salon. That time period really shook me up. And I started to think about the longevity and the stability that my career gave. And I knew that I needed to change that. So I just decided to come up with a plan to open my own salon suites and just create some stability for my future. And in doing that, I needed to get rid of that car. I got rid of it and I wound up getting me a Kia Soul. I went to the lot with $3,500 and I copped that car. Here's why. Now, my mom had 2 Kias. They were both very reliable and I drove her car a few times. So I knew that, you know, I would like the car. Was everybody shocked to hell? Absolutely. My husband in particular was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, no, I'm dead ass. I'm getting this car and I'm focusing on my goals. And so during that time, I was able to save so much money. What I love most about the Kia is it only takes $30 to fill my gas tank up, okay? I have had no issues with it, and I was able to stack my money up to the ceiling and open my dream business. And now I'm in a celebratory mood. It's time to cop, have a milkshake, once in a blue moon thing, but we're going to enjoy ourselves and hopefully find me some little trinkets and something cute out of TJ's. But yeah, when we went in TJ's, I was extremely disappointed. I was like, what in the world? They didn't even have a runway section. I was just like, this has to be a retiree community because it's giving old lady. Old lady. So, normally when you go into TJ's, if you can't find anything in the clothing department, the cosmetic department will usually save the day. But for me, I just didn't see anything worth buying. But for you, if you are in the market for some great salon quality hair products, I suggest you go check out your local TJ Maxx. You can't go wrong with anything by Chi. They carry another brand that I like. It's called Living Proof. They even have some stuff by Design Essentials. One of my favorite things by Chi is the coconut serum that they have. No, that might be by BioSilk if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I do like that. They have some stuff by Bedhead. They have a great split end mender by Bedhead and a wax stick. Those are my two choices for Bedhead. And other than that, like I said, you can't go wrong with Chi. We decided to leave and go over to Target. I had my fingers crossed, y'all, because it's giving retiree community. You know what? Let's go over to Target because they got some sweatsuit over here that I want. Because I bought one last night, but they only had a small pants and a medium jacket. Please. Oh, please. The boycott is over. The boycott is over. So I know I said the boycott was over, but this particular Target was given, they really took a hit from the boycott. Like, they just said, we ain't going to bring nothing good in here because people ain't shopping anyway. I was just really over it at that point. Now, there was a Nordstrom rack around the corner, but I refused to get set up and disappointed again because it was clearly given retiree community. So we decided to go back to the lot and convince our boy John to let me test drive the G-Wagon. And of course he said yes because I signed, baby. I did it. She is now a Porsche owner. And John knew what was up. Like, he knows I'm coming back for that G-Wagon. So he said, let me get this test drive out the way. And this is my husband asking about the Porsche because that's his dream car, the Porsche 911. And John know what's up. He want that commission from both of these sales because we are both go-getters and we will be getting those dream cars eventually. So we head back here to the G-Wagon, and again, Spirit was speaking like, we got you, your dream car, your dream color, again, the white one. And I was kind of shocked when I got into this one. This one didn't seem as like souped up as the first one I got into. For a car that's so expensive, I was expecting a lot more high-end features. But again, it is a military truck at its core. So, I mean, it's just about what it is. It's the G. Now, my husband and John were both talking about how they didn't see the hype in the car. And I had to remind them, this is a bad bitch car. Okay? That's who this car is for. I told you they're for women. They're nice women cars. This headrest is humongous.
Air conditioning. Keep an eye out over there on your right.
Yeah,
Clear.
we're good over here.
How do I look?
So another thing I loved about this G-Wagon is every time you turn the corner, the seats just kind of hug your body. I was like, oh my God, what is that? Like, you just feel loved and protected. And so comparing this to the Range Rover, because I test drove a big boy Range Rover about a week or two ago, because honestly, that was going to be my car. Like, I was thinking, you know, I'm about to pop out again. I'm about to be car noting it again. I'm going to get the big boy. I'm going to get my other dream car. But I was so disappointed. It just gave old man Sunday driving laid back in a Cadillac. And I couldn't believe it. I'm used to a sportier ride. And I just felt like the Range Rover truly was a disappointment. And I was a little messed up by that. I was for like days, because in my mind I was copying Range Rover, and it just didn't give what it was supposed to give. I actually liked how the Q8 drove though, because that was another car I test drove, and so then it became a toss up between the Porsche and the Q8. Just get into this Audi. So this was the Audi Q7, which I had never seen this particular version of up close and personal before, and I really liked that. And then right next to it was the Q8, which was what I was leaning towards. But in doing my research, again, the Porsche beat out both of these cars. And just from experiences from people that I knew, they said that, you know, they just didn't like the overall long-term experience with the Audi, that there were a lot of little stupid issues that they could have done without. And one of my friends in particular, she had an Audi and she had a Porsche, and she was just like, Porsche hands down, she's never going back. So yeah, your girl did it. She's a Porsche owner. Okay, I was calm outside, but inside, baby, I was dancing. All right, I finally did it, y'all.
Porsche, there is no substitute.
All right, y'all. So I'm so damn happy at this point. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I don't know what go where. I am just like, I really just bought this car. And then this man pulls up talking about some mess he noticed but ain't say nothing. Now, do y'all peoples ever do that? Say something when it need to be said. So I wound up having to call John. He fixed whatever issue I had, and now we ride and we good. What do you think about my car, Daniel?
It's nice. I've never been in a Porsche interior before. I saw a lot of Porsches. I thought you were getting an Audi. I thought you were getting an Audi.
I was gonna get an Audi, but I didn't like the one that I saw.
Stop.
Seatbelts on, guys.
Seatbelts, hurry up, there's a car behind you too.
All right.
Seatbelts, guys.
All right, first ride in the Porsche.
And we're racing Daddy, and we're gonna beat him now.
Put your feet on you.